JP Morgan venturing into the cryptocurrency market, the first U.S. investment bank to do so. That's an interesting one. But here in Ghana, we are facing issues of our own with our currency. And well, the Ghana Statistical Service is warning that the current challenge with the cedi, if not dealt with, could affect gains made in checking general price levels. Let's hear from David Combat, who is acting government statistician.
Observation, and when we look at what has happened in the past, is that when the cedi falls in value in relation to the dollar, you find that imported items seem to have their prices going up. So if it is not checked, it's likely to have an impact on the inflation rate for imported items and may even extend to locally produced items, because some of them, the raw materials come from outside. Yeah, so if the cedi falls, it's likely to have an impact.
What is the outlook? See, we are beginning the year with a single digit, which is 9%. Yeah. What would the outlook be moving into February?
The outlook will depend on many factors, and we, as people who measure, are usually not able to tell. If tomorrow or the next there is a policy change, for example, if the price of fuel should go up, it will have an impact possibly on the rate of inflation for the following months and subsequent months. If the price should go down, it will have an impact. And many other factors affect prices.
Well, President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Guta, has blamed the current depreciation of the cedi on the overdependence of the Ghanaian economy on the Chinese. The local currency has been unstable. This morning, it was around 5 cedis, 30 pesos. And speaking on PM Express on Wednesday, Dr. Joseph Obeng said government must be seen to work on a retention policy which should be compulsory for foreign companies.
The true fact, the practical reason why there was that steep in January, that's from January 15 to February, the steep. You know why?
Tell me.
The masters of the economy were going for holidays, the Chinese.
Oh.
They were closing their accounts and all that, and they took a chunk. That's why they that leap.
The Chinese holiday.
They all left, and they took a chunk because they closed their accounts. We have to pay them. Even if you are here, and your supplier is in China, he will tell you to pay off your balance so that he close the accounts for the year. That's why this is so practical. Our economy is so much dominated by foreigners, and we do not have any retention
policy.
Yeah, we do not have any retention. So we are talking about demand and supply. The supply of our forex. How do we manage the demand aspect of it? So we have the supply, all right. Doctor was saying that even export went up. It shot up, and then it was at par with import. So if it is at par with import, why is one overshadowing one? It's because we are not managing the demand aspect. So it means that there's a leakage.
Some perspective there from the Ghana Union of Traders Association, of course traders who are obviously impacted by what is happening with the cedi. But what is the regulator saying? Well, the Bank of Ghana has given firm assurance that the cedi's woes would be over soon. Speaking to Raymond Aqua on Current Affairs program Upfront, head of financial markets Stephen Opata said their projection is based on some fresh developments on the currency market.
Higher than we anticipated, but we think that this is something that will correct, and that's what we are working towards.
Specifically, when are we going to see these issues you just raised resolved?
We have adequate reserves, but we are also coming out with strategies to make sure that reserve buffers are sufficient to provide liquidity as needed. We also expect to run fiscal policy that is well coordinated with our monetary policy. So those things you are addressing. So I want to assure Ghanaians that economic management is on top, and these temporary that we've seen should reverse.
When?
I'm not going to give you a number, but what I can tell you is that
Maybe a quarter. Would they exceed this quarter? Yes, would they exceed this quarter?
And therefore, investors should still earn enough real returns to compensate them for their investment.
We'll stay on this subject a little while longer because the investment banking firm Goldman Sachs has also noted that the decline in inflation makes a strong case for further cut in the Bank of Ghana's policy rate. The rate at which the Bank of Ghana lends to banks stands at 16% after its last review. Goldman Sachs is, however, warning things might change if the cedi does not firmly stabilize against the dollar by next month. So you heard the central bank there talk about the fact that they were going to do all they can to fix the situation with the cedi, and we have been asking you in our poll, want to bring it to you, if you're confident that the continuous depreciation of the cedi can be resolved. And a majority of you still think that it cannot be resolved, that we're going to be seeing this happen often, and 44% of you say yes, it can be resolved, and that's based on 188 votes on our Facebook page, Joy Business. Let's move away from the cedi. Today is Valentine's Day and is also being marked as Chocolate Day across the country. And the cocoa processing companies aiming to increase production to meet growing demand for chocolate products. The company has been highlighting a strategy in this report.
According to a report, in spite of being the second largest grower of cocoa in the world, Ghana spends an average of $45 million or 216 million cedis annually to import chocolate and other cocoa products for special occasions like Val's Day. In an exclusive interview with Joy Business, marketing manager of CPC, Nanajiman Ansong, disclosed that the company is undergoing a huge investment drive to meet demand. He disclosed that the CPC is working hard to make Ghana the cocoa hub of the world.
Good quality cocoa, which comes from the golden tree, the factory that has existed for the last 53 years and more. And so we know cocoa and we know how to make good chocolates and good cocoa products.
Are you not worried that even though Ghanaians consume your cocoa more or your chocolate more, still we import a chunk of the cocoa into this country?
It tells you the size of the market, you know, and it also tells you that we will continue to expand. If you care to know, we've introduced new products to just grow, to meet more of the needs. We have the Heritage brand, which were newly launched recently. That comes in about 9 flavors or 9 variants. You know, these are handcrafted chocolates, so to meet everyone's needs.
On the issue of pricing of cocoa products, he explained that they will be developing new products that will be affordable to all.
We will continue to develop recipes that will be able to meet all the, you know, brackets of income groups. You know, there are different income groups, you know, those that may not be able to afford, and there's those who can also afford. So we will try and develop the recipe in such a way that it will still maintain the quality and still make it affordable for everyone to be able to enjoy the Ghana. Because this cocoa is for us. It belongs to all of us, and we must enjoy, we must eat what we grow.
In a related development, the company has been reinstated on the Ghana Stock Exchange after it faced some challenges last year. Eben Sabote's report for Joy Business.
Well, Valentine's Day has over the years been marked with the exchange of gift cards, flowers, as well as other special treats for loved ones. The essence of traveling by air is also gradually gaining grounds in the celebration of Val's Day. In our Val's Day feature, Sheila Tamako explores how air travel is becoming the new craze for Valentine's Day celebration.
Trying to get away again.
Imagine having your wedding ceremony at 30,000 feet above sea level in an airplane with that special person, or maybe spending some cozy time on an island somewhere, or simply enjoying the special day at a new destination with your partner. Well, these are among the Valentine Day bouquets this year for travel lovers. Some airlines and travel agencies are offering huge discounts of up to 60% on air tickets and travel packages to stir up the market this season of love. The new development, according to the country manager for ASKI, has led to an increase in demand for tickets and hence stirred up an appetite for air travel.
What we have done is you buy in 2 tickets, you pay for one, and then the second one you get a 60% discount. Okay, so what it means is that you only pay 40% of the fare that you have paid for the first one. The objective is to get people to travel together within this period that we have introduced. It's just for the February period, the Valentine period. So, as we speak, since the promotion was launched, I can tell you that we've got several people buying this package. In fact, people come in specifically to come and request for this package. We are looking at increasing the volumes not less than 40%.
Adam is also the sales manager for Sunseekers Travel and Tours and also comments on this new trend.
Currently in Ghana, we are moving away from the regulars of having people buying chocolates, buying dresses, buying, or probably taking their partners for dinners and all that. Ghanaians are beginning to understand the need to have an experience that you'd want to always, think about and always look back to. So yes, the travel market is beginning to experience an upsurge of interest of travel lovers. So I think the trend is picking up and we are getting our own quota from it.
The idea of traveling by air may sound expensive, but from romantic city escapades to relaxing beach vacations, one could settle for a moderate budget thanks to the many discounts available.
I would want to start with the domestic. I would say that with a budget of as little as 200 cedis minimum, you can do something for yourself and your loved one, and especially for your family, because Valentine is not only about you and your partner, but of course it's also a time to also share love to family and friends. You can tour the eastern region, you can tour a bit of a Volta region. So let's say you do the the Shai Reserve, where you have the opportunity to look at a few animals we have in Ghana. And also, you can also look at a budget of at least a minimum of 5,000 cedis. You can have a very nice 5-day retreat with a partner, and that's for one person. You can have a 5-day retreat for one person outside Ghana. We have packages to places like Namibia. We have packages to places like Sao Tome. These are places that are pretty much closed, and then you can always have, because of the ambience and the beauty of the scenery, it gives you enough time. So with this budget of at least about 5,000 cedis, you can go to these places and have a good time.
So how do Ghanaians feel about the whole concept of traveling to mark Valentine's Day?
The chocolate is there every day, so you can always have chocolate. But just one day in a year, an occasion to show somebody that, hey, I appreciate everything that you do, and let's use this day as a token of our love. And then you can travel outside. Now we have a place where you could just go for just a few cities or something, not basically to go international. You can go to any of the African countries, which has very good views and everything that you can enjoy once in a while. So I feel that that's the best thing to do.
Over time, chocolate, dinner, and has been the norm. I mean, if you want to really move away from that, I think that's the best. And I will not hesitate to get a package with an airline and travel with my girlfriend.
But would you go to the local destinations, or you rather go outside?
Well, it depends on the preference of my girlfriend, and I'm ready to take her wherever she wants to go, because the packages are already there. You get to any of the airlines, you tell them there are a lot of promos running as we speak, so it's just a matter of walking wherever you want to go. I mean, you just get your ticket.
So maybe this year's Valentine's Day may be the perfect opportunity to make a first air trip or upgrade from the standard box of chocolates giveaways to sweep your Valentine off his or her feet with a special getaway treat. For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaku.
Don't worry about your work, you get another job. Let's go. Let's go. Getaway treat sounds really cool. You're watching Business Live. Let's turn to some other stories you're following for you. And Communications Minister Esla Osei-Kuffour has hinted government may consider offloading its 30% shares in Vodafone on the Ghana Stock Exchange. This comes on the back of a recent debate as to whether or not Vodafone Ghana should list on the local bourse. According to the Managing Director of the Ghana Stock Exchange, the rules that apply to MTN shares listing should also be applied to Vodafone. She spoke at the Huawei National October Competition Awards in Accra.
It is not one of the requirements for Vodafone 4G because Ghana already holds 30% of the shares in Vodafone. The requirement to list on the bourse was to encourage localization of ownership of the telcos. We already have that with Vodafone, so currently government may consider offloading some of its shares on the stock exchange. I don't know. That decision will be taken by the Minister for Finance, who holds the shares on behalf of government. But Vodafone as a company is not required to offload any of its shares on the stock exchange because Ghana already has 30% shareholding in that company.
Well, let's bring you more from that program because 3 students and a lecturer from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology have emerged best candidates to represent Ghana in the 2018-2019 Huawei ICT competition. The team will take part in the regional competition in South Africa and hopefully go on to represent the country at the global stage. Bismarck Awusa has more.
The team unveiled at the Huawei National October Competition Awards comprises level 400 computer engineering students of KNUST, Timothy Sefa Dodu and Gerald Philip Bassa, level 400 telecom engineering student Joshua Ofori-Boateng, together with senior lecturer of the College of Engineering at the school, Dr. Kwesi Opare, who is also an instructor for the competition. On behalf of the team, Gerald Philip Bassa described the painstaking preparations they went through to emerge winners and assured of the team's commitment to make the country proud.
You wouldn't want to imagine the looks on our faces, waiting to see our connections authenticated, not to mention when you realize you've made a mistake and it wasn't authenticated. This is not the end of the journey for us. We have the hurdle of the original competition to overcome. As the Bible says, you can prepare your horses for war, but it is the Lord God who gives victory. It is in this regard that even if we can't promise anything at all, we are promising to give off our best at the regional competition in South Africa and let God do the rest.
Chief Executive Officer of Huawei Ghana said the aim of the competition is to connect students from around the country and around the world to new knowledge.
How I want to take the cooperative responsibilities, not only doing the business locally, not only doing the infrastructures, because we want to use our skills, our experiences globally, to help the local talents, students, to be well trained and to be well educated, especially for those industry skills and technologies.
Communications Minister Esla Osei-Kuffour said government is committing more resources to the development of ICT in all sectors of the economy.
We believe that through pragmatic programs and initiatives and the right investment in critical ICT infrastructure, Ghana will become and is well on its way to becoming a knowledge-based society.
Meanwhile, the Chinese ambassador Xingting Wang has expressed optimism that the Huawei brand will overcome the US ban controversy it is currently faced with.
To get some unfair treatment of some other countries. Everybody knows some countries, some big countries, they are doing spying around the world. 90% of the spying in the other countries is done by the one specific country. It's not China.
At the event, Huawei also rewarded 12 students and 3 instructors at its National ICT Training and Awards ceremony. The theme for the 2018-2019 Huawei ICT competition is Connection, Glory and Future. Bismarck Awusa's report for Joy Business.
Are you a budding entrepreneur looking for capital to fund your project? Are you willing to seed part of the business to an angel investor for as much as $1 million? Well, then there is an opportunity to participate in the Mentorship and Business Program by Lions Cage. Georgia Faye has more.
Engage 5 startups and 4 might cite capital as one of their biggest challenge. Now, even if they have the capital, another issue they have to deal with is the cost and the expected interest to be paid on that capital. Well, that is why the Lions Cage, a nationwide search for the next successful entrepreneur for the required funding, is set to take off from next month. We've been engaging the facilitator of the program, Ken Kwe, on what they are going to do differently to support these budding entrepreneurs.
There are plenty of young millennials who have great ideas, and some already operating companies, but they need capital, and capital was a huge deal here in Ghana. So I went back and I reflected, and similar to a program we have in the United States called the Shark Tank, and in the UK they have a similar program called the Dragon's Den. I figured, well, why can't we have that same program in Ghana and eventually expand across the whole continent of Africa? But since I'm from Ghana, my initial initiative is to strictly start the project here in Ghana, where I give, or the investors and myself, we give young entrepreneurs the opportunity to start their companies based on the capitals that we give them. In return, we take an ownership percentage in the company. So that's the goal, to pretty much steer the Ghanaian economy and provide job opportunities for these young millennials in the event that they have great ideas and operate in the company and they don't have the capital necessary to keep the company functional. Whatever amount you're seeking, based on the valuation of your company, we'll provide a certain amount. It could be $50,000, it could be $100,000, it could be as low as $5,000. No investment is little, so I encourage each and everyone, regardless, no dream is too big.
The project will be selecting 5 startups with sharp business ideas and are willing to give part of their business to those angel investors. They will get support from these angel investors on this project. So if you have a good business idea or project, maybe the Lions Cage could be the answer to your prayers on those funds that you need badly for that sharp business project you've been talking about over the years.
And this is how we wrap up on Business Live tonight. There's more news on our website, joybusinessnews.com. You get all the day's latest stories from there, including that story that is just developing about JP Morgan rolling out its first US bank-backed cryptocurrency. And also Huawei to start Africa Data Center services from Africa. That is for March, rather. That is big on Joy Business right now. My name is Daryl Carl. Thanks for watching. We are back same time tomorrow.